Hey everybody, Ash from Empiraa. In this video, we're going to show you our latest product update, which will show you what Annie is doing inside GPS, which is our former Empiraa 2.0, which is now Empiraa GPS, which is a strategy execution platform. It will show you how Annie is your new AI agent and the LLMs that are built inside the platform, how it learns your business and understands your business. And instead of just creating plans and separate AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude, this will actually have this nice contained environment for you to work. So let's focus on the first thing first, and that's we've brought in 90-day priorities. So a lot of consultants were asking us, hey, we have 90-day priorities. So what this does now, it's a good old-fashioned Kanban board that moves the objectives and goals, so you can filter them through for each different objective and goal. So you can turn around and go, this is where you want it to be. This is how you focus on what you need to focus on for the next 90 days. This actually helps you keep your priorities visible and easy to action. And you could quite simply just execute and work with your clients in a very, very structured manner versus sort of, oh, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? This allows you to do it. Now, if we go back into my hub for a second, and we'll see now that Annie can generate goals and objectives. So if we go to new goal and we go, let's generate a goal and generate with Annie, it'll turn around here and go, okay, what do we want to do? We want to do exponential growth. We want to do it. And we've got 3 different choices, and it will create a goal based off what Annie's learned that's happening inside your business, where the gaps are, learning from frameworks, which we'll touch on frameworks in a minute. But if we want to put in HR goals, and if we go here, optimize, it will create goals around your HR. So it's Annie's learning about what you're actually doing, and then you can put your times and dates in. Same sort of thing with the create objectives. So one of the hardest things to do is, especially with clients sometimes, and especially if you're working on the strategy as your own business, well, what do we actually need to do? Annie will actually help you take control of that. And you click generate with Annie. From here, we go, okay, well, we want a Series A funding because it's realized what we're doing. And we go Series A funding, and it fills it out for you. So this allows you to really minimize that thinking time of what do we need to do? How do we need to do it? And this just takes away the multi-tooled approach where people are running a ChatGPT or a Claude or a Gemini to run it. It just actually keeps everything really, really contained. And what makes Annie different is it actually learns and understands your business over time. So it works from your strategy, from your content, from your frameworks and your business context. So it's understanding what you're doing. So Annie now, who lives here, is on the left side of platform. So it's actually going through and it's giving you context. So when you go into GPS now, it'll actually give you this, and you can actually converse with Annie and understand what it needs to be done and what's due. You could ask Annie many different questions, and Annie's on different pages, so different functions for different pages, which is great. It will walk you through. There's actions, how to create a goal, how to create your strategy, go to your strategy one pager, that type of stuff. So Annie's become a really, really vital part of it. So you can actually turn around and work far more inclusively with the platform. It's just more of an immersive experience. So if we go back to, let's go into HubSpot. Now let's move into integrations. So we've added HubSpot. So everyone asks, hey, do you integrate with HubSpot? Do you integrate with HubSpot? Yeah, we do. So look, if we go here, we go to improve deal size. We go into integrations. We can go here, click on HubSpot, authenticate HubSpot. Takes 2 seconds. Once it's authenticated, as you can see here, what we're doing now, HubSpot's now connected, and now we can pick the data sources. So we could go increase deal size, then we can go in and fetch values, pick the deal size, test it, and there we go. Then we can save and apply. So we now integrate completely with HubSpot. So that includes Google, Xero, and Microsoft 365, and we're about to release Airtable and QuickBooks in the next week, which is amazing. So it allows you to have better visibility across your sales and strategy and move data faster. So Annie can actually review your website. So if we go here and we put in Empiraa, because that's a pretty good website here, it'll analyze your site and it'll actually pull out your your strategic insights, and actually fill that out into 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏. And so it gives 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏 more context to learn about what's actually happening inside your business. And what it actually will do is allow you to build out smarter, more engaging strategies, as well as work. If you're working with a consultant, it will allow them to understand your business faster, which is everything that we want. We want everything to be working quicker. If we move into the vision and culture page, as I said, there's quite a bit here. So move into the vision and culture page inside my plan. Here, this is what page that people really like, but they've got it. They go, okay, I don't want, where do we want to be in 5 years, or we don't want that. So you can close those off. But one of the things that people really struggle with at times is, how do we write stuff? And I found it when I'm doing our own, that we sat there and went, okay, let's write it, but how does it actually work? Okay, let's generate with 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏 again, and 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏 understands your business, and we can go, okay, and we want an empathetic, and we can always go in and just edit those. But if we're happy with that, then we can keep that rolling. So every one of these fields now can be generated with AI, and it's learnt about what's actually happening inside your business, and gives context around that, and will structure it, which is it just allows you to pick and choose what works for you. It refines what fits your business. It just makes life so much easier. And once again, that goes back to the 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏 sidebar. So the 𝗂𝘂𝗏 sidebar will give you context and actually work your way through what's actually happening inside your business. So it works out really, this is your co-pilot or your autopilot that works alongside you at any one time, which is just awesome. So now if we want to get support without actually leaving the platform, you don't have to jump in and out of different tools. There's no disconnection around the strategy anymore, because everything just sort of breathes inside 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏. 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏 will allow you to use this to create strategies, to create workflows. It's all there. Even like if you want to turn around and go, hey, we want to see some videos about what works on some of our problems, and there we go. So it actually shows you videos on your frameworks or your topics that you're actually after. So if we go into here, for consultants, which is really important. So if we go to the My Portal, we've got this thing called Autopilot now. Autopilot, you can upload documents. So you can upload your guide. So we're just using the 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏𝗏 sales guide for right now. Extract that into a playbook. So create a playbook from the 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏𝗏 guide. Create your frameworks. So you can create all different frameworks. So you've got, obviously OKRs, EOS, 4DX, that type of stuff. They're already in there. But you can create your own framework. So you create your own methodology. And then from there, you can actually train 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏 to work how you want it to work. So it will converse here on the 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏, it will converse to what you need it to do. So it's basically an extension of your workforce, which is just an amazing thing. Now we've spoken to a lot of consultants and a lot of advisors. A lot of them have YouTube channels that they create content. So as you saw there, we've got the 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏𝗏 videos. Because we've hooked up, we've put the 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏𝗏 videos into here, but we can take that out, right? So that way we could just see. But we could simply just put 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏𝗏 videos in there, and that will inject your content into your sub accounts. So your sub accounts are not only getting your frameworks, it's getting your documentation, your playbook, as well as your content. So it's creating a full 360 view around your strategy. So what you can see now is if there's no videos in as we've taken it out, it will actually, we go here to show me some coaching videos, it'll actually do a Google search and do a YouTube search and find what you're doing and actually find content for you. So once again, it's creating this immersion around your strategy versus just your typical strategy. So that's a quick look at 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝗏 inside Empiraa GPS. For consultants, this is great news for consultants and advisors that you can create frameworks and upload your documents, everything inside here, so your clients will work how you need it to work. For businesses, it's great because you've got all these tools at your fingertips, and if you're working with a consultant, you've got the ability to work with their frameworks and get more value out of your consultants and advisory. And when you're actually working with inside your business, you can actually get these things a lot faster. Even to the point where if you want to generate a vision statement, you could turn around and create vision statements in seconds. You're not sure what your core values are, ask Annie. Annie will be able to create it. And what it's doing is understanding the concepts of what it is. This is a significant update for Empiraa. It's through a lot of work and a lot of listening to what clients want. This is a significant upgrade for Empiraa. This allows our clients that are our Empiraa GPS clients to really get more value out of the strategy on any given day. So once again, thanks very much and speak soon.